Listen up, you know that feeling when you tell yourself just one more episode at 2 a.m. and suddenly the sun's coming up and you've blown through an entire season. Yeah, we're about to give you 10 series that'll completely destroy your sleep schedule, and honestly, you're gonna thank us for it. Let's get into it. 10. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Imagine getting the power to make anyone obey any command you give them with just eye contact. What would you do? Code Geass answers that question with one of the most brilliant, morally complex protagonists in anime history. Lelouch v. Britannia is an exiled prince who gains the power of Geass and decides to overthrow an entire empire. The show is a masterclass in strategic battles, shocking plot twists, and cliffhangers that'll have you screaming at your screen. Every single episode ends with something that makes hitting next episode physically impossible to resist. The chess-like tactical warfare combined with giant mecha battles creates this perfect storm of entertainment. And trust me, once you get to the ending, you'll understand why fans are still debating it years later. This is psychological thriller meets mecha action, and it's absolutely relentless. 9. Steins.gate. Here's the thing about Steins.gate. The first half might seem slow, but that's the setup for one of the most mind-bending, emotionally devastating second halves in anime history. This 24-episode masterpiece follows Rintaro Okabe, a self-proclaimed mad scientist who accidentally discovers time travel through a modified microwave. What starts as fun experiments quickly spirals into a nightmare when he realizes every change to the past has catastrophic consequences. The show brilliantly builds tension as Okabe desperately tries to save the people he cares about while being trapped in different timelines. Each episode reveals new layers to the mystery, and the emotional payoff is absolutely worth it. Once you hit episode 12, you literally cannot stop. The character development, the scientific concepts explained in an accessible way, and the gut-wrenching choices Okabe has to make will keep you glued to your screen until the very end. 8. Death Note. Death Note is pure psychological warfare, and it's 37 episodes of non-stop tension. Light Yagami finds a notebook that kills anyone whose name is written in it and decides to become god of a new world by eliminating criminals. But when the world's greatest detective, L, starts hunting him down, it becomes the ultimate cat and mouse game. What makes Death Note so addictive is watching two geniuses constantly trying to outsmart each other. Every conversation is a battle, every move is calculated, and the mind games are absolutely insane. The show doesn't rely on action. It's all about strategy, manipulation, and staying 3 steps ahead. Light and L's dynamic is electric, and watching their battle of wits unfold is like watching the world's most intense chess match. The first 25 episodes are considered some of the best anime ever made, and for good reason. You'll find yourself pausing just to process the brilliance of what just happened, then immediately hitting play again. 7. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is 94 episodes of pure adrenaline and plot twists that'll break your brain. Humanity lives in walled cities to protect themselves from giant man-eating titans, and when those walls fall, everything changes. The series follows Eren Yeager and his friends as they join the military to fight back, but nothing is what it seems. Every season raises the stakes higher and completely flips what you thought you knew. The action sequences are absolutely breathtaking. The ODM gear battles are some of the most creative and intense in anime, but what really makes it addictive is the mystery. Every answer raises 10 more questions, and the political intrigue, moral dilemmas, and revelations about the true nature of the Titans will keep you theorizing between episodes. The show went from being about humanity versus monsters to exploring themes of freedom, revenge, cycle of hatred, and the price of peace. Once you start, those 94 episodes will disappear faster than you can say Shinzu wo Sasageyo. 6. Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Demon Slayer became a global phenomenon for a reason. It's visually stunning, emotionally powerful, and perfectly paced for binging. After Demon slaughter his family and turn his sister Nezuko into a demon, Tanjiro Kamado becomes a demon slayer to find a cure and get revenge. What sets this apart is the perfect balance of heartbreaking moments, epic battles, and genuinely funny comedy relief. The animation by Ufotable is some of the best you'll ever see. Every fight scene is a work of of art, but beyond the gorgeous visuals, the emotional core of Tanjiro trying to save his sister while staying compassionate even toward his enemies makes you deeply invested. The supporting cast like Zenitsu and Inosuke provide hilarious moments that break up the intensity, and the villains are terrifying yet tragic. Each arc builds momentum, and the fights keep getting more spectacular. When you combine incredible animation with strong emotional storytelling and characters you actually care about, you get something impossible to put down. 5. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. 64 episodes of absolute perfection. Brotherhood follows brothers Edward and Alphonse Elric, who attempted forbidden alchemy to bring their mother back to life, resulting in Ed losing his arm and leg, and Al losing his entire body. Now they search for the Philosopher's Stone to restore their bodies. What makes Brotherhood so addictive is how everything connects. Every character, every subplot, every piece of world building comes together in this incredibly satisfying way. The story seamlessly blends action, comedy, philosophy, and heartbreak. One episode you're laughing at the brothers' antics, the next you're crying over the tragic backstories. The plot moves forward constantly with revelations and escalating stakes. The ensemble cast is massive, but every character feels essential and fully developed. The fight scenes are creative and intense, the villains are genuinely threatening, and the themes about sacrifice, the value of human life, and the consequences of playing God hit hard. This is one of those rare shows where the ending sticks the landing perfectly and makes the entire journey worth it. 4. One Punch Man. What happens when you create a hero so powerful he defeats every enemy with one punch? You'd think it gets boring, but One Punch Man is brilliantly addictive by flipping the superhero formula completely. Saitama is the strongest being alive, but he's depressed because nothing challenges him anymore. The show is hilarious, the action is spectacular, and it satirizes anime tropes while still delivering everything you love about battle shonen. The supporting heroes are all compelling with their own arcs, and watching them struggle with threats that Saitama would destroy instantly creates this perfect dramatic irony. The animation and fight scenes is jaw-dropping. Season 1 set a new standard for anime action. But what keeps you watching is the comedy, the mystery of how Saitama got so strong and whether he'll ever find a worthy opponent. Plus, the pacing is perfect for binging. Each episode leaves you wanting more. 3. The Promised Neverland. 12 episodes of pure tension and horror that'll have you binging it in one sitting. Emma, Norman, and Ray live in a perfect orphanage until they discover the horrifying truth. They're being raised as food for demons. What follows is one of the most intense psychological thrillers in anime. These kids have to plan an elaborate escape while pretending everything's normal. The mind games between the children and their caretaker, Isabella, are incredible. Every episode ends on a cliffhanger that makes waiting impossible. The show respects its audience's intelligence with complex strategies and moral dilemmas. You're constantly on the edge of your seat, wondering if they'll get caught or if their plan will work. Fair warning, stick to season 1 only. The first season is a masterpiece of suspense and storytelling that demands to be binged. 2. Parasyte, the Maxim. 24 episodes of body horror, philosophy, and action that'll consume your entire weekend. Alien parasites invade Earth by taking over human brains, but high schooler Shinichi Izumi gets infected in his hand instead, creating Migi, a parasite with a personality. The partnership between Shinichi and Migi is fascinating as they navigate the war between humans and parasites. The show doesn't waste time, the plot moves fast, the character development is phenomenal, and the existential questions about humanity, violence, and what it means to be alive will stick with you. Each episode advances the story significantly, and the balance between action, horror, and emotional moments is perfect. Watching Shinichi's transformation from a normal kid to something more while trying to hold on to his humanity is gripping. The fights are creative and brutal, and you genuinely never know who's going to survive. 1. Hunter x Hunter. 148 episodes, and you'll wish there were more. This is the king of addictive shonen anime, following Gon Freakses as he becomes a hunter to find his father. This series masters everything: world building, power systems, character development, and emotional storytelling. What makes Hunter x Hunter impossible to stop watching is the incredible arc structure. Each arc feels completely different while building on what came before. The Chimera Ant arc alone is considered one of the greatest arcs in anime history. It's dark, philosophical, and emotionally devastating. The power system called Nen is complex and strategic, making fights about intelligence rather than just power levels. Every character gets development. Even the villains are nuanced and compelling. The show constantly subverts expectations and deals with heavy themes while maintaining moments of genuine joy and friendship. The pacing keeps you hooked. There's always forward momentum, and the emotional peaks hit incredibly hard. This is a masterclass in storytelling that'll completely take over your life. There you have it. 10 anime series that will absolutely obliterate any plans you had for the next few weeks. Pick any one of these and goodbye productivity. Which one are you starting with? Let me know in the comments, and don't blame me when you're still watching at 4 a.m. If this video helped you find your next obsession, hit that like button and subscribe for more anime content. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go rewatch all of these because making this video got me hooked all over again. See you in the next one.
Unspoken, you took my heart, it's already broken.